Hello all. Today I am going to share with you a presentation on how to become a LEED accredited professional. The objectives of this presentation are: what is a LEED rating system and what are the different LEED credentials available, and how we can register for these exams, and what are the preparation strategies to follow. First of all, what is LEED? LEED is an acronym for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. It is a green building certification program developed by USGBC, which is United States Green Building Council, and it is a worldwide standard for both existing new buildings as well as green community. When it comes to LEED credentials, it's a three-tier system. And the first stage is LEED Green Associate. This will test our understanding of up-to-date knowledge on current green building principles and practices. Once we clear Green Associate, we can attempt LEED Accredited Professional with Specialty exam. LEED has 5 different rating systems. They are BD plus C, that is Building Design and Construction, Operations and Maintenance, Interior Design and Construction, Homes and Neighborhood Development. There are specialty exams dedicated to each of these LEED rating systems. So, after clearing LEED Green Associate, one can attempt any of these specialty exams and can become LEED AP. And the next stage in this system is LEED Fellow. LEED Fellows are LEED APs who have significant technical knowledge and exemplary performance advocacy related to green building industry. One should have at least 10 years of experience in green built environment, and they have to be nominated by their peers and undergo an extensive portfolio review to become a LEED Fellow. LEED Fellows are recognized as distinguished personalities in the field of sustainability worldwide. And next, we'll move on to eligibility. Who can attempt these exams? To attempt LEED Green Associate, we just have to be 18 years old and there is no other criteria. And for LEED AP, one should first get LEED Green Associate credential, and project experience is no more a mandatory these days. As I have already mentioned, there are 5 different specialty exams and one can choose as per their work experience and expertise one of these specialty exams and can attempt it, and we can go for multiple specialties also to add it to our professional skill set. And next we'll see how we can attend these exams. There are 2 ways to attend these exams. One is a combined way, that means we can write LEED Green Associate and AP exam together. However, we should have to pass LEED Green Associate first to write LEED AP with specialty exam. And now let's see separate exams. In this, first we need to schedule LEED Green Associate and write, and we need to clear the exam. And later we can schedule LEED AP with specialty exam. Usually it is always recommended to take separate exams because the exam strategy and the intents of preparation is entirely different for LEED Green Associate and LEED AP with the specialty exams. So it is always recommended to take different or separate exams. Now let's see the exam registration fee. If you want to take a combined exam, then for USGBC members they need to pay $400, whereas for non-members $550. Or if you want to take separate exams, then for LEED Green Associate, if you are a student, you can pay $100, or a USGBC member $200, and for non-members it's $250. And for a LEED AP with a specialty exam, for USGBC members it's $250 and for non-members $350. Now let's see the exam format. It's a 100 multiple choice question exam and the duration is 2 hours, both for LEED Green Associate and LEED AP with specialty. The passing score is 170 out of 200 and there are no negative markings. So we can attempt all the questions. As the LEED is a worldwide standard, there are other languages also apart from English. We can write the exam. And I have mentioned here the languages available for LEED Green Associate and LEED AP BD plus C specialty exam. And for other specialty exam, please refer to LEED AP Candidate Handbook, which is available on USGBC website. Now let's see the registration process. It's a 3-step process. First, we need to create an account with USGBC. and then we need to log in with our credentials and register for the exam by paying the registration fee. And now then we will be given a unique ID. By using that unique ID, we can schedule our exam. Earlier there is only one option, that is to write the exam at Prometric Test Center, but due to COVID pandemic scenario, now we can write the exams at our home also. So we have two ways, and to either of the ways we should go to the website prometric.com GBCI and we can choose either of these two options and can write the exam. So after the registration process, now let's move on to preparation side. In this presentation, first I will discuss about Lead Green Associate preparation strategies, and later we can move on to Lead AP strategies. To prepare for Lead Green Associate, we should refer to these two guides, that is Lead Green Associate Exam Preparation Guide and Lead Core Concepts Guide. We can get these two resources from USGBC website. After that, let's move on to the contents we will be tested on Lead Green Associate exam. There are 9 knowledge domains available which we will be tested, and this is how the questions are distributed among these knowledge domains. And these knowledge domains range from lead process to project surroundings and public outreach. In lead process, we will be tested on organization fundamentals, the structure of lead rating system, and the development process involved in these rating systems. All these things it will be covered on lead process. Whereas in project surroundings and public outreach, energy and resources used in buildings and the necessity of green buildings, also the relationship between lead and different codes such as plumbing or electrical codes, all these areas are covered under project surroundings and public outreach. And if we can see this from integrative strategies to indoor environmental quality, these are knowledge domains dedicated to each of the credit categories available in lead rating system, and we have to prepare on all of these topics. As I earlier mentioned, the pass mark is 170 out of 200, that is 85% is the pass mark. So we cannot skip any of these topics and we should prepare all these knowledge domains. And to clear this exam, I can give you a simple strategy, that is first to understand overall idea of any concept, then understand key terminologies in that concept. Later, you need to understand lead specific terminologies. That means if it is mentioned previously developed land, then we need to know what is previously developed land according to lead. And if there are given any density calculations, then we need to know the different densities as per the lead rating system. So if you follow these strategies, I think we can easily clear the exam. And next we'll move on to preparation schedule. For students or working professionals, whoever has a basic green building rating system understanding, they can crack the exam in 1 month. In 1 month, we can divide it as 2 weeks for preparation and 1 week for the revision, and the next week for the practicing questions. In clearing any exam, revision and practicing questions is a very important step, and there are many third-party resources available online which we can purchase and practice some questions regarding to Lead Green Associate. And I would like to share with you a simple topic, and we'll see how we can adopt the strategy I have mentioned and can attempt the questions. This is a topic green vehicle, which is from the credit category location and transportation. And in any topic or in any concept, first we need to understand what is the intent of that credit or topic and what are the different pathways available to achieve that credit and what are the key terminologies involved in that credit. So for green vehicle, the intent is to reduce the pollution by promoting alternative vehicles to conventionally fueled automobiles. And to fulfill this content, what are the options available and what are the pathways we can follow? There are 2 options, and the first option is to dedicate a 5% of parking spaces as a preferred parking for green vehicles. What is a green vehicle? It's an automobile which achieves a minimum green score of 45 on the American Council for Energy Efficient Economy Annual Vehicle Rating Guide. So, for all these green vehicles, we need to dedicate a 5% of parking spaces as preferred parking. So that is first option. And what is another option? Or we can provide a discounted parking rate of at least 20% for these green vehicles. So this is how we can achieve this credit. And there is an additional requirement as well for this one. That is to provide alternate fueling stations. And we have again two pathways. We can install an electric vehicle supply equipment in 2% of all parking spaces, or we can install liquid or gas alternative fuel filling stations or a battery switching station on at least 2% of all parking spaces. So we can follow either of these two pathways to achieve this additional requirement. So this is all about green vehicles credit. So as per the lead green associate, let's see how we will be tested. So here it is. The question is, a low emitting and fuel efficient vehicle must meet which of the following requirements? So here a low emitting and fuel efficient vehicle is nothing but a green vehicle. So what is the requirement for green vehicle? So in the answers, it's not green E, it's not a green label plus score, or it's not an automobile by US automobile manufacturer. The answer is minimum green score of 45. So how we answer this one? So first we understand the overall concept, and then we understand what is the key terms. Green vehicle is the key term. And next, what is the requirement? It's a minimum green score of 45. So this is how we should prepare and we should attempt green associate exam. So now let's move on to lead AP preparation strategies. In this presentation, I will discuss about lead AP BD plus C specialty exam, and for the other specialties, I think the same can be adapted. To prepare for lead AP BD plus C, we can follow lead AP BD plus C exam preparation guide, which we can get from USGBC website. And these are the knowledge domains we will be tested in lead AP specialty exam, and this is how these questions are distributed among these knowledge domains. Lead AP BD plus C is a little bit critical, and we need to prepare in depth to crack this exam. And to clear this exam, again I can give you some simple strategies. That is, to prepare on calculations, we will be given some calculations based on the formulas as per the credit requirements in the rating system. So be prepared on the calculations. And second, there are many variations available. Let's say, for example, in BD plus C rating system, there are subcategories based on the project type, and which we call as adaptations also. So what are these adaptations? For lead, let's say for lead AP, lead BD plus C rating system, the adaptations are new construction and major renovation, core and shell, schools, retail, data centers, warehouse and distribution centers, hospitality and healthcare. I would like to tell one more thing. In the lead rating systems, we have different credit categories, let's say from location and transportation, sustainable sites, water efficiency, like this. And each of these credit categories, there are prerequisites and credits. And in these credits, there are set of rules or pathways we should follow to achieve these credits. There are some cases where these set of rules or pathways are unique for, let's say, for school projects, or there may be additional requirement for healthcare projects which are different from other adaptations. So we have different variations, and we may have different set of rules which are unique to only some adaptations, let's say for schools or let's say for core and shell. So we need to prepare on all those variations. That is the second strategy. And the third one is, in some of the questions we will be given some unnecessary data. So we need to understand what is necessary and what is to be avoided while answering the questions. So if you can follow these strategies, it will be easy to crack this LEAD AP with specialty exam. And now let's move on to preparation schedule. Working professionals, it might take 2 and a half months to prepare for LEAD AP with specialty exam, and we can dedicate 8 weeks for the preparation, 1 week for the revision, and 1 week on practicing the questions. And we'll understand the same topic, and we'll see how we can apply those strategies I have mentioned while answering the LEAD AP with specialty related question. So here it is. The question is, an office building includes 100 full-time equivalent employees and 50 daily visitors. The parking lot will have 50 employee parking spaces and 10 visitor parking spaces. So how many spaces and of what type are needed for LT credit green vehicles? So now here what they have asked. So how many parking spaces and of what type are needed for LT credit green vehicles? So we need preferred parking spaces and we need alternate fuel filling station spaces. So what is the data given? 100 full-time equivalent employees and 50 daily visitors, which is not necessary. We need total parking spaces, and the total parking spaces is combination of 50 employee parking spaces plus 10 visitor parking spaces. So the total parking spaces are 60. So in that, how many preferred parking we can have? 5% of 60 parking spaces, that is around 3. And alternate fuel filling stations, 2% of 60 parking spaces, that is 1.2. So if we can round it off, it is 2 alternative fuel filling station spaces. So the answer is this: 3 preferred parking spaces and 2 alternative fuel filling stations. So in this we have adapted our strategies, that is to avoid necessary data and prepare on the calculations and understand different variations and to think logically and attempt your question. So this is how we can prepare for Green Associate and LEAD AP with specialty exams, and I hope I might have given you a brief idea to clear these exams. And thank you so much all of you.